Hi students, welcome to the digital class. Today in this digital class I am taking 8th class social studies. Students, watch this video.
स्वागत के लिए तैयार और इस वर्ष गणतंत्र दिवस परेड का नेतृत्व संभालने का गौरव मुख्यालय दिल्ली क्षेत्र के जनरल ऑफिसर कमांडिंग लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल असित मिस्त्री को प्राप्त हुआ है। लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल असित मिस्त्री राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी के स्नातक रहे हैं। इन्होंने 1982 में मराठा लाइट इन्फेंट्री में कमीशन हासिल किया और बाद में इसकी कमान संभाली। आज की परेड के कमांडर लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल असित मिस्त्री।
Following the parade commander and coming up gradually from the security desk is the parade second in command, Major General
परेड कमांडर के पीछे जीप में परेड के उप कमांडर मेजर जनरल राजपाल पूनिया हैं। मेजर जनरल पूनिया ने राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी और भारतीय सैन्य अकादमी से स्नातक की पढ़ाई पूरी की। जून 1984 में इन्होंने कमीशन प्राप्त किया। गणतंत्र दिवस परेड के 2IC मेजर जनरल राजपाल पूनिया।
After successfully commanding a mountain brigade and an armored division, he is presently the Chief of Staff, Delhi Air. A small salute by the parade second in command to the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces.
अपनी आंखों में झांको तुम नली नहीं चिंगारी है, चिंगारी पर दांत नहीं है, लग तो तैयारी है, चलो हवा दो इस चिंगारी को चोलों में ढाल।
रोमांच, उत्साह और जोश बढ़ता हुआ।
Students, as you have observed, a national festival is taking place. Do you know what is this? Yes, it's a Republic Day. You have seen the video of the parade which took place in Delhi, the Republic Parade by the Indian Army. So let us see why we are celebrating this Republic Day. Republic Day is nothing but the Republic Day is the day where the Constitution came into force. Now let us see the learning outcomes of this unit. You can explain the term Constitution, explain the importance of preamble, explains the composition and establishment of Constituent Assembly, prepares school constitution, explain the meaning of preamble, explains the type of governments in India, comments on Constitution amendment. Now let us see about the Indian Constitution. What is a Constitution? So when we have this question, it is nothing but the rules. As you people, almost we do gone by some set of rules. There are rules for games like you take a kabaddi, kho-kho, cricket. So these games are having some rules and regulations. The same thing here for the school, how it is there, and for the workplace, how it is there. For the country also, we have the rules and regulations. Rules imposed by morality and costume that play an important role in telling us what we should and should not do. A constitution is a set of rules about how the country should be governed, means how the country should be ruled. For that purpose, we have the Constitution. Now let us see about the history of the Constitution. As we have already read that we were under the control of the Britishers about 200 years. So After 1945, the British decided to give independence to the India. So that is what the cabinet mission came to India in 1946, aimed to discuss the transfer of power from the British to the Indians. So for that purpose, they came to India and discussed on that one. We can see the cabinet mission discussion with the Indian leaders. As the British government chose to offer opportunity to individuals of India, another constitution was required through which the individuals of India could run themselves and set a long haul destinations for them. Means up to that time, India was having the constitution which was prepared by the Britishers, not by the Indians. Now it is necessary that we have to prepare the constitution for ourselves by the Indians only. We need the constitution to provide a set of basic rules to follow minimal coordination among the members of a society. So here when we examine that why we need that one, here it is definitely we have to set up some rules. So for that purpose there is a need of the constitution, because of the society will run according to that rules. We need a constitution to specify how the government would be constituted, who has power to make decisions in the society, to lay some limitations on government, power by the guaranteed rights to the citizens. Means here how the government has to work, how the government has to be established, that rules and regulations are there in this constitution. Now here after the independence, to prepare the constitution, there were so many challenges before the Indian leaders. So now let us discuss about what the challenges we faced for the preparation of the constitution. The Indian constitution was drafted under very difficult circumstances. The country had been controlled by the Britishers. As already I said, we were under the control of the Britishers over 200 years of the period, and whatever the institutions are designed, that one it is according to the needs of the Britishers only, not according to the Indians. A large part of the country was ruled by the princely states. Means at that time even some part of the country was under the control of the princes, like we have the Hyderabad, the Nizam of Hyderabad it is there, and we have the Jammu Kashmir it is there. Okay, like this one few states are there which was ruled by the Nawabs or the rulers. So for them also we have to prepare this, what is the constitution. So here it is a difficulty is that one, they have to agree for that one. And another important difficulty that one what we have faced that one it is the country had just been partitioned, means partition into India and Pakistan due to the communal conflicts. So the leaders were concerned about keeping the country together and not allowing it to break up any further. Means a constitution has to be in such a way that one, our country should not break further. Means number of divisions again that one should not take place. So like that one, these things are taken into consideration and prepared the constitution. And one another thing that one it is inequalities of income was there. Means in the society we have so many people are there, poor people were there, and as well as literacy percentage was very low, because of whoever the people who can read and write was very low. So here it is making a constitution for these people is one of the challenge. And acute poverty was there, as already I said, very poor people are there, and poor people mostly they died because of these famines and as well as epidemics. So whatever the constitution we are preparing, that one should benefit the these poor people. The Indian constitution was partitioned and adopted by the Constituent Assembly. Here we can see the symbol of the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was formed in 1946. What is the mission that one it is sent by the Britishers cabinet mission, that one it is proposed this one and instituted this one. The cabinet mission appointed in 1946 allotted seats to each province and each princely states or group of states. Princely states, as already I said, like Hyderabad, Mysore, Jammu Kashmir, Indore, these are the princely states who are ruled by the kings. For them also the membership is given in this Constituent Assembly. The seats in each province had the members from the major communities in India. Means here it is for the religions like Hindus, Muslims, Sikh, Christians, Parsis. So whatever the major religions are there, for them according to their what is the proportion in the population it is there, the seats are allotted for those people. We can see the Constituent Assembly which held the meeting on the Constitution. Accordingly, provinces or areas under direct British rule elected 292 members and all princely states together elected 93 members. So this is the composition of the Constituent Assembly. The council also ensured that 26 members from the scheduled caste. Why? Because of to discuss the problems of the scheduled caste who were backward at that time. For the purpose of that one, 26 members were appointed in this one, were represented in this assembly. In all, it had only 9 women members. The 389 members of the Constituent Assembly formed many committees. So many committees are there to discuss about the various issues in detail. All the issues related to the country were discussed among these. What are the committees it is there? The important committee of this one, it is a drafting committee. This is the picture of the drafting committee. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of one of the most important committees, that is the drafting committee. Mahatma Gandhi was not a member of the Constituent Assembly, yet there were many members who followed his vision. Means whatever his ideas are there, taken into consideration by most of these committees. The members deliberated for 114 days, spread over 3 years of the time, and the Constituent Assembly had been recorded and preserved. These are called Constituent Assembly debates. Means in the assembly lot of debate that one took place, and they discussed on the various issues, and finally they drafted this constitution. Dr. Ambedkar presented the draft of the constitution before the Constituent Assembly in 1948. The draft constitution is a formidable document. It contains 395 articles and 8 schedules. Means on various issues 395 rules are made, and that one was divided into 8 schedules. The draft constitution had been the public for 8 months to express their views on draft. The constitution was finally adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949. Here it is to discuss about the constitution. It was expressed to their views, it was in the public. Means here it is a public can also can give the suggestion on this one. So that is what, for that purpose they gave the time of 8 months for this one. So at last on 26th November of 1949, this assembly adopted the constitution. Here it is only adopted, it is not came into the force. So like this one, that is what it, this 26th November we are celebrating it as a Constitution Day. Why? Because of on that day it adopted. This is the, what is the draft that one it is presenting to the President of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and here Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is presenting that one to the President. The Constitution came into force. Means here it is from that time onwards we started ruling according to the Constitution. From 26th January of 1950. That is what on that day we are celebrating Republic Day. So Republic Day is different, and the Independence Day. Independence Day is the day where we got the independence. On that day we are celebrating. But the Constitution we adopted, and that one came into force on 26th January of 1950. That is what we are celebrating Republic Day on this day. Now let us see the importance of the Constitution, and in that one part, that one it is a preamble. Preamble is an introduction to the Constitution, means what the rules and regulations are there in that one it is there in this preamble. The preamble, if we see, which is an introduction to the Constitution, we can see the introduction in such a way that we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all the citizens. This is what it is given. Let us discuss about this one. What are the preamble we have? The values are embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution, which is a short statement, its basic principles and objectives. They guide all the provisions of Indian Constitution. Means here in the preamble, whatever the basic principles are there, that one it is there in this one. And what are the main objective of the Constitution, that is also there in this preamble. Here if we see the preamble, it starts with we the people of India, having resolved to constitute India into a republic and to secure all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, give ourselves this Constitution. Here we the people of India, that what are the sentence that when we see, Indian Constitution is not given by any king or by British or any other people. We prepared ourselves. This one show the democratic nature of the ruling. Here that is what here it is in the Constitution. It is not written as a Constituent Assembly. It is we the people of India. Means here it is a Indian people prepared this Constitution. The democracy means what the democracy, that when if we see, we have the free elections, and we have the rule of law, it is there, and we have the Constitution, political freedom, it is there. So these all the things are there. It is a symbol of the democracy in our country. Republic, one another word we see, that when it is the republic. The head of the state, means here state means our country. Head of the state is an elected person and not a hereditary position as in a kingdom. Means here president is the head of our country, but here it is like the olden days, we don't have any kings. So we have the elected president, he is there for the definite term is there for that one, and after that one we will choose the new president. That is what we called it as a republic. It's a sovereign country. India will have supreme rights to take decisions on internal as well as external matters and make her own laws. No external power can make laws for India. Means here Indian government will prepare the laws for the India. There is no need of interference of any other country in this one. So why we have taken this one? If we see earlier, before the independence, British prepared the rules and regulations for the India. So that is what we kept one, that one it is ours is a sovereign, and nobody is having the right to prepare or interfere in the matters of our country. The another term we have, that one it is a socialist. The country should strive to reduce and end all kinds of inequalities. Means here it is a majorly we can see the economic equality. Means within the country there should be no haves and have nots. Means rich and poor, that one should not be there. Economically all has to be equal. So what did the government did for that one? If you see the reservations are there. For the development of the backward people, some reservations are given for those people. And as well as we have the government is established what are the like government schools, and as well as the hospitals are there, which will provide the free for all the people it is. So this is the symbol of socialism it is. So we have adopted the socialistic type of society also. Secularism is one of the rule what it is given by the constitution. The government will not be run on the basis of any religion. Government will not favor any religion. Means here government will not work according to any one religion. Government will treat all the religions as equal. Government is not anti-religion. Government will respect all the religions. So even the people also should adopt the feeling of this secularism. One another feature we have that when it is the democratic, a form of government where people enjoy equal political rights, elect their representatives to make laws and run the government and hold the representatives accountability. As we see the elections are the symbol of this democracy. We are electing our ward members, sarpanch, and as well as we are electing MLAs for the state assembly. We are electing a member of parliament for our country parliament. So like this one, through democracy we are electing our representatives. That is not hereditary. We are voting and we are electing. So like this one we are following the democracy in the country. Justice. Here all the citizens should get what is their due in determining what is due to them. No discrimination will be made on account of their birth or beliefs or wealth or status. Means here it is a justice for all. It is all are be equal before the law. There is no superiority of anyone. Whereas here the justice means here the law will not see that it is a birth, means whether it is a what are the birth it is in the rich family or poor family, or whatever the beliefs means what religion that they are, and as well as whether rich or poor, this all nothing will be taken into consideration. All are equal before the law. That is a justice what the constitution is provided to the citizens of India. Here you can see the equality and the justice. Here it is in the both the figures you can see some difference it is there. Here it is the first picture when you see, whereas here it is equality, means here it is providing almost what are the equal opportunities for this one. You can see the boxes, for everyone it is equal. And as well as here it is justice is given for the people. Means here whereas rule of law, according to the rule of law all are equal. So providing opportunities for the development of the person, that one it is very important. That is what here whoever the short fellow is there, for him it is provided some additional benefits. So whereas he also can enjoy the benefits of this justice. Like this one, here it is a constitution is provided equality and justice. Everyone will be governed by the same law. There is no difference. It promises equal of opportunity. This means that all public offices shall be open to all, irrespective of caste or religion. Means if a government employee is there, whereas government it will give for everyone it is. There is no discrimination in that one. All the citizens are secured with the liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship through the fundamental rights. However, it must be exercised within the constitutional limits. Means here it is a government is providing the liberty, but that liberty is also having some limitations, because of with your liberty that one should not harm the others. So that is what here it is some limitations are there according to the constitution for this liberty. Fraternity. the development of the brotherhoodness, to build a sense of bonding and unity among all the people. No one should treat a fellow citizen as inferior. All are equal. We are all the Indians. So that is that whatever the feeling that when it is there, if we develop that one, then the unity of the country will be good and the development will take place very well with this one. Here it is a directive principles of state policy is there in the Constitution. So what is this one? If we see, this lays down some specific tasks before the government of India. Means here Constitution has given some what are the tasks that one it is to the government of India also, means they have to do these whatever the principle, they have to follow these what are the principles that one it is there in the Constitution. Universalizing literacy and education, means here it is a citizens, where the citizens are there must and should be educated. Protection of environment, here it is a government's duty that one it is a they have to protect the environment. Reducing the income inequalities, means rich and poor that one should not be there, income inequalities has to be there. So these are the principles which should guide the government. Means here it is a government should rule according to the directive principles. The Constitution has a chapter guaranteeing fundamental rights to all citizens. The fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies, right to life, right to education. These all fundamental rights are given for the overall development of the citizen. Citizen will have the development when certain rights are there. When they have certain freedom, then only the development will take place. That is what the Indian Constitution provided, certain fundamental rights to its citizens. The system of government, if we see in the country, overall the country we have the parliament, and as well as the parliament means we have the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is elected by the people of India. The members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the state assemblies. Judiciary, Controller and Auditor General, who supervises the expenditure of governments. The Election Commission, which conduct the free and fair elections, are the organs of this government. And we have a federal state where sovereignty is shared between relatively sovereign state governments. Means we have the central government, it is there, state government it is there, and as well as we have the local self-government also it is there. So the power is shared between these three, three, central, state and as well as local self-government. The changes in the Constitution, which we are calling it as a constitutional amendments, means here it is our Constitution can change, but according to the procedures that one it is laid down in the Constitution, according to that one we can change this whatever the Constitution, the change in the Constitution, we are calling it as a amendments it is. Children, now we came to the end of this lesson. Now let us see the assessment part of the lesson. Why there is a need of Constitution? Write a comment on preamble. What is democracy? Describe secularism. All are equal before the law. Give examples for this one. Prepare a pamphlet on importance of elections in democracy. What is the system of government in India? You complete whatever the assessment it is given, as well as you have to do the worksheet work also for better understanding of the concepts. Solve the worksheets provided by SCRT. Please visit official website of SCRT for worksheets. Complete the work and submit to your concerned teacher. With this one, we come to end of this lesson. We will meet with the other lesson in the next session. Thank you.